Welcome. Hey, Rod or Osmotaz, Buckshank, whatever we want to do. We're doing. First of all, we're doing another episode of Cheap Shots, and first of all, Luther is a racist. Um, Luther, you're a racist.
I didn't
And
create the Braves chant, and listen, it might be a little racist, but we don't have some.
I honestly, honestly, Luther, I'm a Philadelphia sports fan. I don't think there's a team that I hate more than the Braves.
Yes,
More
and you say
more
that
than the Cowboys.
every episode, and that's fine. I I can tell you right now with all sincerity, especially right now, I don't give a fuck. We just
You
made the
never
work. We
did.
just won the pennant, and I don't care. I really don't care. And now you have no connection because you're on cricket.
I'm not on cricket. I'm on dial-up. This is
Listen,
AOL dial-up.
I don't care. Like, I don't want to hear you complaining about the Braves. I'm sorry, whatever. I get it. I'm not going to root for the Cowboys ever. But if the Cowboys were your team and went to this, I'm not bringing it up every day. I'm sorry that the Phillies stink this year or whatever. I'm
They
not
just it's every year.
apologizing
It's
for
every
my
year.
team finally going to the World Series. I can't apologize for that. You know what? If I was a fan of the Patriots, especially a bandwagoner or a fan of the Alabama, a bandwagoner, I should apologize. I'm not. I am a fan of Clemson football, and we were 8-8. We were the equivalent of the Cowboys for 20 years. And we finally got good. Now we stink again, but I still ride with them. I'm a fan of the Hornets. Seriously, I'm a fan of the Hornets. I ride with them. I'm a fan of the Eagles. We finally won a championship. I'm a fan of the Braves. We had the greatest pitching staff ever and won one World Series out of it. Am I grateful? Yes.
It,
I'm not apologizing. My team won, and I was at the game.
no,
And
no, sure.
I was
You're
at the
you're not
game.
a. There's no one accusing you of being
No, no, no.
a fair weather fan.
I'm telling you, I am just bringing that out to everyone you know I'm not. You know I root for shitty teams and I stick with them. I'm gonna go to the game and be pissed and I'm gonna yell at my team on the TV. But you know that's my team. You know how I am.
I no, I
Uh,
hear you. I just hate the Braves.
I know you hate the Braves, and I love the Braves. And I'm listen. You cannot. I don't care how much you hate the Braves. You might not root for them. You cannot root for the Astros.
I can't. I
You
honestly,
you might
I
not root
can't
for the
do it.
Braves. You can't root for the Astros.
I'm not watching. I
You
don't think I'm
I
watching it.
prefer you not to even watch. And I'm okay with that because I kind of cried a little bit last year every game of the World Series cuz we lost the 3-1 lead and that hurt. But you know what? One of my really good friends is a Dodgers fan, and I rooted for them for the sake of that guy. Stupid Jeff.
And I will say this. This is kind of interesting. Um, I don't know who it was because my friend, my buddy Bubba visited me
Bubba
this weekend.
Wallace.
My buddy Bubba, he's a Mariners fan. He's from Seattle,
Oh wow.
and he was listening to I think it
Gosh,
was
they
the
had
Dodgers
A-Rod and
broadcast,
Griffey Jr.
and he's like, I don't remember who it was, but he said the guy that was telling the story was a broadcaster, but
Hmm.
said I didn't say a word to him his entire career, and it was a base stealer. And he said I didn't say anything to him until after his career. And this guy had like you see, and Luther, you know, there's tons of people, even in the NFL, they have chains and stuff on. Like, doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know why you would have on.
Yeah, I
Like,
even stopped wearing. I wear an earring, and at some point I would wear. I had two. I had to stop wearing them. I'm like, dude, because I remember Deuce had on
Deuce
a
Staley.
di- Deuce Staley. Deuce had on a diamond stud one game, and he came on the sideline. He was like, "Fuck, damn," and I'm thinking he must have sprained his ankle or something. And Deuce like, "Man, I lost my stud,"
They
and we
ripped it
were like,
out.
He never. No, it's a whole football in one small earring. And I was like, not wearing any more jewelry out here.
No,
And then
and
some guys have more money than others as well, so they could
but it
loosen
doesn't
up and not
matter. It's
care.
just like, why would you have that on? And so this guy said, I didn't say anything to this guy until he was a base dealer until after his career,
So
and
Ricky
he said I would hear it. He said I knew to go cover second base because I could hear it. I could hear it jingling, and I knew you were. I knew you were going. He's like, so I went to run and cover second base because I knew you were
Are
going
you
because I could hear it.
serious?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like,
Oh,
I could hear
that's
the chains
awesome.
jingling.
That's awesome. Whoa, the Texans chairman apologizes for anti-Asian remark. Is his last name Warren?
It should be. If it's
Because
racist,
all the
it's
stuff you
you
said,
know,
you are always said. Oh, Cal McNair, that's shocking that he said something.
Why would you assume it was Warren?
Because you say all types of stuff on this
Oh,
show.
stop it! You
I
talk
mean,
about my mother.
you might be kidding, but it's still like your jokes are always race. Mine's always
Oh,
about your mom. I don't know what's worse, but you know.
what?
So I did get your mom did blush when I complimented her the other day.
My
So
mother thought your comment was hilarious. I, for our listeners, I posted a picture of of me when I was much younger. It's probably 1993, 94. Like I wasn't even in college, and it was
ah,
me, my brother, and my dad and my mom. Like that's my whole family. Luther decided to take that picture and put an arrow toward my mother and say "hottie." And you know what? I don't know what's more messed up, like you doing that or my mom being like, oh, I saw Luther's comment. she, she thought it was hilarious. And then my friend
listen,
Ben Pavlovic from college,
I
who makes tons of mother comments, usually related to beach whales. Yeah, that's the truth. And I'm like, oh God.
see your mom seems like she has a good sense of humor.
My mom's hilarious. Okay, like my buddy
So
Bubba
she
that told me
doesn't
to go
think
get the
that
chain.
we're some jerks.
No, she thinks it's hilarious,
I
and that
like it.
pisses me off more because I'm
Oh,
like,
it pisses you off more. I know it. That's why I
because
do it
she
all the
thinks it's
time.
funny.
Yeah, I can't help myself. I mean,
All
I
right,
can't
well,
help
I'll
myself.
give you Pavlovic's number because he's the worst, the
No,
worst.
because then he
I'm like,
might be
dude, you're
trying to
44 years old and you're still
he
freaking
he
making
might be
mom jokes.
trying to steal her from me, so I don't need to be friends with my competition.
Uh,
It's already 7:33. Wow, we got on a little late, huh? Well,
yeah, because you had to what?
listen,
You had to
the
take a dump.
fans don't need to know I had to take a dump. They don't want to see me. They don't want us starting the show with my laptop of me sitting on a toilet.
Uh, But
Speaking of,
by the way, I thought you were gonna give me a jersey of yours, like a game worn,
we're not talking about
and you're
that.
like,
That
let me
is
have one,
I
let me
only
have
have
one.
this one, and it's up there and it stays. Listen, I'll tell you a story about someone on a laptop, some nudity, and on camera. So last year during the pandemic, of course, Cam is being homeschooled, and one day his teacher decides she's going to
Cam is
give the
Luther's son, by the way.
Cameron is my son. He was 7 last year. He's 8 now. So the teacher decides that she's going to let them have a little bit of extra time on what is it? Google whatever, Google Meet. So the kids are talking, having a good time, and Cam has to pee. You know what Cam does?
Peas.
Cam takes his laptop with him to the bathroom. He sits the laptop by the door. He pulls his pants down to pee, and his class sees 7-year-old Cam's ass. That happened. And he didn't lie about it because he said, "Yeah, I did take my computer with me. I had to pee, Daddy." And I said, Cam, where was the computer? He said it was on the floor. I said, where on? I said, behind you, Cam? He said, yes. I said, did you like pull your pants down or did you just pull it through the hole? He was like, I pulled my pants down. I always do. I said, Cam, the camera's still on. The kids probably saw your butt. I said probably they did because I got a
They
call from the
definitely
teacher.
did.
I got a call. We got a call from like one of the kids told their parents, "Oh, Cameron's showing his butt." And we were like, "What? Cameron's showing his butt?" So I had to get to the bottom of it because he was about to get in real trouble, right? And I was just waiting for him to lie and tell me some. So I'm thinking he pulled his pants down, showed his butt to be funny, and Cam was like, "I didn't show my butt. I had to pee." And he was like serious. He was like, "I had to pee,"
This is
and
what I do.
and he said, took my laptop with me. I'm like, Cam, how many times have I told you about taking your devices to the restroom with you? So yeah, no one wants to see Broughton's ass on camera.
So while we're on the topic of children doing stupid naked stuff,
Oh God,
why not?
Nelly.
Look, you can go to any radio show that you want, and they can talk about the Bears' offensive line. We're not talking about that. We're talking about our kids' butts. Okay, so so again, I had to take my daughter to a She has been she's 5. My daughter's 5 before anyone says anything. And my daughter Nellie is 5, and she went into porta potty, and she's like, "Daddy, will you come in with me?" And I'm like, "We're getting close to what this is." No, but I'm like,
Yeah, but
"Okay,
she's 5 at a
okay,
porta
fine.
potty. You
She's 5."
gotta go
And she goes, "Daddy,
because
don't
it's
look."
a mess in there.
She goes, "Daddy, don't look down."
Oh
She
no.
already knows, Luther. She already knows. Don't look into whatever that is in there. And it was actually a clean one. And she's like, "Don't look in." But then the next day, whatever, I was like, she can change herself, like in terms of clothing, which is fine. That's great. And I was like, "Nellie, I'll leave you alone." She goes, "No, you can stay, Daddy." And so she like takes all her clothes off, whatever. And then she's completely naked, and she like bends over and starts shaking her butt like dun, 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 dun. I was like,
And you're
"Stop
like,
this!
no,
Stop!
you're like, no,
Stop!"
no.
Like, and people I've talked to are like, "Well, don't give it any attention, and she won't do it anymore." I'm like, how do I not? How do I not give this attention? Just be like, "Stop
Uh,
doing no, 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 no." We don't shake our naked butt like you're 5, whatever.
Listen,
Put
man.
your clothes on, man.
5-year-olds just don't know any better, and they're gonna tell you what's up. They're gonna tell you the truth. They're gonna tell you you're fat. They're gonna tell you
Yeah, that's the truth.
your haircut's ugly.
Yeah.
They're gonna tell you like, oh, that shirt is awful. Like they're gonna tell you.
When I dropped her off on Sunday, which is 2 days ago, and she put her hands on my face and she goes, "Daddy, shave." What are you gonna say to that?
Dude, so Lexa told me one time, and this is when I was
And this
like,
is your 18-year-old
she's
twin
18.
Maryland daughter.
Yeah, she's 18 now. Alexa said, "Dad, you kind of look like Shrek." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Shrek is like fat and green." And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm like a teddy bear, like a small one. You're like Shrek." And I just look at her like, "You're telling me I'm fat. You're telling me I have Shrek's belly, and I do.
You
But
can't get
damn,
mad.
yeah, but damn, come on, man, shit." Hey,
So let's get back to and I
sport.
actually I actually do have like even betting stuff tonight, which is way crazy
Okay,
because of all things we talk about. But
I know we never cover bets, but let's talk about the one guarantee that will win you some money every week. I finally decided last week that I'm gonna do it. I said, "Screw it, I'm gonna do it." I had downloaded the app when I went to Vegas, and I'm like, Clemson's offense sucks. Their
but
defense is
you love their day.
Their defense is really good. Even though they've been injured and some people are out, but their offense sucks. And the over under was like 46. Dude, I promise you, I was about to put embarrassingly like 400 on the under. And I go to my app and it tells me that I can't bet because I'm not in like whatever territory.
Because
Because
your credit card has been declined.
no, I have money in my account, which means I got to go to a casino in order to get my money, which that's another. I couldn't bet because I'm in South Carolina, and even when I was in drive, I'm pissed. And of course, they hit the under. So anybody who wants to bet this week, I don't care what the under is on the Clemson game. Take the under on Clemson. Take the under. They can't score, man. It's 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 too late. Like before, people were like, "Oh, they'll be fine. Give them some time. They'll get better." It's too late, bro. They are who they are this year. Clemson's offense stinks. Take the under. Sorry, Tony.
And it's funny because my buddy Bubba that came in that I spent the weekend with he's a huge gambler.
Oh, you're
He doesn't
trying,
play
guys.
fantasy football, but he loves to play the game.
You're
And he's
trying,
all
guys
doing the
now.
part. Huh? What's that?
You're trying, guys now.
Yeah, I mean he's cute.
It's okay.
But one of he has several philosophies, and we were talking about. He's like, "What do you think about this game? This is that." I really don't pay attention to a lot of this stuff.
Me either.
But I did this weekend because Bubba's totally into it, and we talked about whatever. And his
Rubbing his back.
philosophy is, I never bet the under. He's like, I think it's un-American. Bubba's
Oh,
hilarious.
that's funny. You
He's
told me
hilarious,
about
whatever.
that guy.
But he's like, I never bet the under because I think it's un-American. And I'm watching like the Giants and Panthers like in the first half, and I was like, Bubba, this is your under. I mean, is that something you guys, as far as
No.
gamblers go, is that something you guys
not
think about?
No, I'm not some huge gambler, but it's so scary for the it's scary betting anyways. But the over under, it's like anything can happen. Like at the end of games, it's like, I won't even go for the score. I'll take a knee, and you're like, no, run it in. I got 200 on this, and that's why I don't bet. And then it's college kids. It's 18 to 20-year-old people who are going to do stupid stuff to ruin your money. Just don't bet on them.
Well, here's another question I have for you, Luther. To bring it back, let's get to the NFL.
No, we could talk baseball.
No one gives a crap about the Braves, okay? No one cares.
By the way, I logged into Ticketmaster an hour before the pre-sale and got in the lobby and got 2 tickets.
Did you get World Series tickets?
At face value.
How much?
500.
Why would you pay that much money? Luther, watch it on television. That is so
They're
stupid.
selling
So
for
stupid.
double.
Who cares?
I care because I can sell it.
Oh, if you're looking to resell it.
They're selling for double. But either way, I got the tickets and I'm probably going to sell one and just go.
Okay. Well,
but whatever. I don't care what you think.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's so dumb.
I can afford what I bought. I'm not buying club seats for $3,000. I can afford what I buy. You know, I can.
We
afford
all
what
know
I
you can
buy.
afford it. You're okay. You're rich.
You can afford what you
we
buy.
Know you played in the NFL.
You
rich.
can afford what you buy. If you decide that you want to go to the store right now and buy a $200 bottle of bourbon, it's because you can afford it. If you could afford the 1 for $50, that's what you get. I bought what I could afford. So it's like, and even so, your team doesn't go to the World Series every year.
Do you know what? But do you know what? And I only mention this because, again, my buddy Bud was in town. I haven't seen him in 15 years. The Seattle Kraken, the hockey team. Do you know what those hockey tickets are going for?
Dude, I heard those tickets are ridiculous
He said
for a
like
regular season hockey game.
top middle were like 750. Get the out of
What?
here. He's
They
like, you want to be down by the glass? It was 3,000, and he bought some of them.
I hope FA
He's like,
signs.
depending on who you're playing, obviously it's different. Obviously, like if Sidney Crosby is coming to town,
Well,
that's going to cost something different than if
wow.
the Canucks are coming to town.
That's amazing.
750 for the top.
That's too much, bro.
What do you like? The Rolling Stones are 500.
Who are those people?
I don't know. I mean, there's some white guys with guitars. I really don't know.
Uh,
But it's crazy. So sticking with the
Braves.
no, with the gambling stuff, because this is a gambling site and we're supposed to like sort of pretend to gamble. Shit.
I
Whatever.
talked about my hit.
Okay.
I talked about my hit, bro.
So here's a question, and I know we talk about the Eagles a lot. Are they good or bad for gambling?
Can we skip them all? The Eagles.
No, listen to me. Are they good or bad for gambling?
Wait,
So
what
when
am I
you
doing
if you
right now?
watch if you watch an Eagles game, like in the third quarter, you're like, you're losing
Micah,
37.
something's
This is
going on
terrible.
with me.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Sadly. Jesus.
Shut the hell up. The Eagles.
I've got Braves tickets, but my earphones don't work.
Listen, okay, one doesn't have anything to do with the other, but whatever. The Braves, the Eagles are gonna cover because they always fucking do stuff. Ooh, that was bad.
Sure. That's
At
okay.
the end,
Move the
at the
sword
end of the game, the Eagles are going to score, and their quarterback is not going to look as bad as he is because his number's going to be better. And if you're not watching the game, you're going to go, "Oh, they did compete with the Bucks." The Eagles suck.
Dude, they're terrible.
The Eagles suck.
Oh,
They look unprepared. I would love to see if Gardner Minshew can play. I just, I
and
guess.
just so listeners know, they did trade Joe Flacco to the Jets, which has an impact on nothing.
Oh no, yeah, except a fifth round pick where they could get a nice tight end who could play for 5 years and be a
Maybe
backup.
what's Furman got going on? Maybe they got a guy that could do
Maybe
that.
Furman has a guy now.
But
I mean,
right now,
so here's what the Eagles do. They go pass and they'll throw the stupid swing screen to the wideout and he's outnumbered and it doesn't work. Then they do a regular 5-step drop, and guess what's going to happen? Jalen Hurts is going to bail right, no matter where the protection is. He's going to bail right,
he loves to run right.
and
Perry says that all the time.
no matter what happens, he's bailing right. And then he's going to underthrow or lob a ball that should be a score. One of his guys is going to drop a pass or run out of bounds when they shouldn't. Sirianni is going to continue to pass the ball, regardless of if they're playing a seventh grade team with 200-pounders on the line, and we're going to suck because we're going to get penalties. And we hadn't drafted a linebacker high or worth a damn in years, so that's a problem. Fletcher Cox, it sounds like he doesn't want to be here and he doesn't like what's
And
going
Fletcher
on.
Cox does not run his mouth at all.
So
At all.
you know what, dude? That's my Eagles rant, and I'm sick of them. And I'm going to continue to watch them and yell at them and wear my Eagles gear and people point and laugh, and I'm going to say fuck off. But they're pissing me off, and I hate them. At least the Hornets don't look like crap.
Yeah, so when I watch this Eagles team, all I can think of is on both sides, honestly, on both sides, where's the difference makers?
Hargraves.
Hargrave has been fantastic. I
And
agree with
who
you.
else?
Fantastic. Fletcher Cox, for him to even say anything
Darius
is a
Slay
big deal.
It's been really good, by the way.
Fine. Does this team need Darius Slay, Luther?
Micah, that's not what you asked. You said who has been difference makers, and I'm pulling a few people out of the 55.
Okay.
Hargrave, Darius Slay,
Yeah. Keep
and
going.
I can't and Quez Watkins.
I love Quez Watkins, but he's okay. Fine. I'll give.
I mean,
Fine. I'll give it to you.
he's not getting opportunities to be. I think Gainwell has done well with his time.
He's a backup that doesn't play on a team that
I
doesn't
said
run the ball.
he's a 5th-round pick or whatever he is, and I think he's a find, which is great. That goes to show you I am talking about that guy because I don't see anything else. Devontae Smith, I think he's going to be good when he gets a quarterback that can get him the ball and a coach that can.
You okay? So I understand what you were just about to say, which is the truth is systemic failures all the way to the top.
All
The
the way
fish,
to the
the fish
top.
rots from the head to the bottom.
It's just bad. They might as well trade Dallas now. Goddard. They don't. They don't use him.
I
Oh my God! I hate us.
I hate the Eagles, but let's move on. So let's talk about
Thank
what
you.
the
My head
mother
hurts.
effer is going on with the Chiefs, bro.
Chiefs. I knew you were gonna say that,
Yeah,
dude. The
their
Chiefs
defense
can't.
is terrible.
First off, we already knew coming in the season. We thought their offense was an A+ and their defense was a C-, maybe. Right.
right.
Well, we found out early on their defense is an F+. But guess what? Guess what? Their offense is a C. They're a
What
turnover
happened?
machine.
And don't give me the running back stuff because they never really ran.
Dude,
They
it,
ran
it
whatever.
has
It's
dude,
whatever.
their quarterback is turning the ball over. He's
What happened
also
to Mahomes?
he's getting pressured like crazy.
He did in the Super Bowl.
So, yes, but they had at least then we knew they had 2 hurt tackles. Now you trade for Zeus's son, and he can't play left tackle. He wanted to leave Baltimore because Baltimore had a high-paid left tackle, and Brown said he's a left tackle, and he can't play left tackle, Micah.
Is it
That's a
all?
problem.
It is a problem, but is that the whole problem?
Micah, I didn't. Yes, the whole problem is all the stuff I said. They can't block, and their quarterback is turning over the ball. Like that's a problem.
More than a problem. I mean, you can't get the ball
That's a
to.
tremendous a problem.
They can't get the ball to Kelsey. They can't get the ball to Mecole Hardman or
Hill,
Tyreek Hill.
dude, their quarterback is getting killed. He's also making a shit ton of mistakes.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say a different thing. He's also making a shit ton of money. What do you do now that this guy
He's
is
making
making
yeah,
400 plus million dollars?
he's making a shit ton of money, but his contract is kind of friendly for them based on what he could have gotten. The way it's structured, we all know the quarterback is always going to make a ton of money. He actually gave them a break. I'm going to pay my quarterback. I'd rather not have a $20 million, $100 million D line like the Eagles have. I'd rather have the problem being I got
Fair
to
enough.
work
Fair
around the
enough. Fair
quarterback.
enough.
But
But can
to
we
your
have
point,
another discussion?
you're not lying. I mean, he makes a lot, but when you have a team that you think is ready to win, now you say screw the cap. We're gonna give our guys money and we're gonna go. The problem is they suck now, bro. They don't look good. They look
Mhm.
bad, actually.
Really bad.
It's not like they don't look good or they look like they. Oh, the stupid email. Let me turn this off. It's not like they don't look bad. They look like they'll get it together. They made a few mistakes. They look like a bad team, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, when we watched them play the Eagles, did we not think that we could win that game?
It would be a winnable game for a team that wasn't as god
Bad as we
awful
were.
as the Eagles.
Thank you. And so I kept saying that, and people were like, I'm like, dude, that was a winnable Eagles game. And it had me fooled thinking maybe we're a little bit better than. No, the Chiefs stink. Can they improve? They have really good players.
Yeah.
They can. We don't have a ton of really good players like they do. It's not even a comparison, but they can win. And I'm talking about Tennessee. Somehow Tennessee won the game, and Derrick Henry wasn't great. I know it seems like you bring it up every week that he has to be Herculean in order for them to win, but somehow they figured it out.
But do you agree with that
No, I
in
don't.
general?
Somehow they figured, oh, in general, you need your good players to be good in order to
No,
win.
I get that, but Tennessee doesn't seem to be.
Oh, stop it.
All right, all right.
God, he's
Oh
their
God.
best player. Kansas City doesn't seem to be good when Pat Mahomes isn't
Oh,
good.
you're talking about a quarterback versus a running back.
I'm
Stop it.
talking about the best player. Their quarterback
Mm,
isn't their best player. It's Tannehill.
I, I,
It's Tannehill.
I hear what you're saying. I
I think that's just oh, Jabril Peppers ruptured his freaking ACL.
dude,
Jeez.
that's not good.
But yeah, whatever with the whole
But
Derrick
you know what?
Henry thing.
I want to transition to a similar, different topic.
What, the
We, we, we,
Bengals?
no, we can get to that. That's fine. Um, with
A
we
similar
were talking about
different.
Mahomes having $400+ million contract.
What are you gonna talk about?
Quarterbacks that get those insane contracts.
Ben
When
Simmons?
when has it worked out?
Ben Simmons? Dude, all quarterbacks get paid all the time, so it always
When's it
works
worked
out.
out?
Always, because they all get
When?
paid.
When?
Always. Quarterbacks always get paid,
Okay.
and one of
When's it
them
worked
have to
out?
win. One of them has to win the Super Bowl. Quarterbacks always get paid. They
Did
always get paid, all of them. So
Did
I
Drew
think,
Brees win anything
but they
after?
always get paid. He got paid before, Micah. He got paid going up to the big deal. Then he got another big deal and another big deal. Quarterbacks get paid. I'm listen. This drives me nuts
Okay,
because it happens every quarterback that comes up is gonna get a little bit more than the last year's guy,
fine.
and it's not because they're good. It's because that's just what they do.
I get it. I
And it's
get it,
I
Luther.
think
I
it's
get it.
nuts. I think
What
it's
would you
nuts.
give Dak Prescott $40 million?
Yes, because that's what they
Why?
get paid. That's what
What's he
quarterbacks
done?
get. I hate when people say what's he done. He's been a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's what they get paid. It's dude. What's a Mercedes Benz done besides sitting a lot? It's a Mercedes Benz. Its market is that you're going to pay $70,000 for that, and that's what you have to pay. It's the NFL. There's only 32 teams. They can't even find 32 good starters.
Look,
That
I'm
means
not
when
disagreeing with you, Luke.
that
I'm
means when
not.
you're a good starter in the NFL, it's just what it is. It
Okay.
doesn't break anything. You notice how teams continue to pay guys because the cap is a joke. They continue to pay guys. Dallas can't pay Dak because they played their linemen, they played their linebackers, they paid Zeke,
And
they
Zeke
paid
and Amari
They
Cooper.
played Amari
Sure.
Cooper.
I get it.
Somehow they couldn't pay Dak. But guess what? They could pay Dak because that's the way it works. Quarterbacks are going to continue to get paid, and
But
I'm
what's
not
it
calling.
done, Luther? What's it
Micah,
done?
but what are you saying? What are you saying, Micah? Are you saying that quarterbacks shouldn't get paid? You're acting like the latest guy that got paid because he's paid higher than the next guy. You're saying what has he done? That it doesn't matter what he's done because the next guy is gonna get paid more than him.
I
That's what
understand, but it
quarterbacks
blows your
make.
cap and it blows your
It
entire
doesn't.
team.
It doesn't. It
Okay,
doesn't
well then
blow
what
your
have they
cap.
done, Luther?
It doesn't. Who? Micah, name it. Name it.
Aaron
Name it.
Rodgers won in 2010. It's
Guess what?
11 years after.
But guess what, Micah? Guess what? He got paid prior to that as well. It just the cap keeps going up and the money
Fine.
keeps getting bigger. The whole what have they done is insane. You can't not pay your quarterbacks. You can't not pay your quarterbacks. You can't win without a
I
quarterback.
don't
The
disagree with
fact
what you're
that they
saying, but at the
the
same
fact
time,
that
what's it
quarterbacks
gotten
get
you?
it's gotten you a good quarterback to win a championship because
Who?
every team. What do you mean who? Go look at the last teams to win championships. They've had high paid quarterbacks.
Who?
It doesn't matter that the last guy, the guy who happens to come up next is about to get paid. They all get paid. Only one can win each year. They
Okay.
all get paid. I don't understand this argument that
Luther,
people
listen
make.
to me.
They
So
all get paid.
Brady's kind of a Jordan where it's like, all right, I'll take whatever. I don't really care because I can make tons of money elsewhere. You agree with that, right?
Yes, and
Like
they all
Brady's
get paid.
not a bank breaker. Jordan was never a
Yeah,
bank breaker.
I don't know
That's
why.
fine.
And his wife makes more than him.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. That's fine. That's okay. So
they all get paid.
who else got the
The-
bank
Micah,
breaking deal that's won a
all of
Super Bowl?
them, all of
Who?
them do. Peyton get every time they come up, the quarterbacks get paid. I don't understand what you're saying. You're acting like for some reason teams don't pay quarterbacks. Every team pays their quarterback.
I know because they have to, but I'm saying, what's it gotten you? When they get the bank breaking, it blows your salary cap, Luther. You know this, Luther. You know this. You're
This
smart
doesn't
enough to
make
know this.
sense. This doesn't make sense.
Okay. Well, when
It
you tell
doesn't make
me,
sense to me.
okay,
Micah,
Luther,
it doesn't
Luther,
make sense.
I love
These
you like a
caps
white
don't
person.
break these quarterback deals don't break the cap. They're so manipulative in these deals.
Dak at $40 million a year
These
didn't
deals are
break the cap.
so manipulative. They're never really what they are. They can always sign the person they want to sign. The quarterbacks are always going to get paid. The next quarterback up, who's probably not even better than Zach, is going to make $1 more than him. It happens every year.
When the Seahawks won, was Russell breaking the bank? No, he
He
wasn't.
was a fucking third year guy.
Okay. So now what have they done?
They decided that they wanted to pay their quarterback and keep them, and their defenders got old. You
I'm
don't
just
win
Luther.
every
I'm asking you.
year.
Tell
You
me.
don't win every year.
Look,
You
brother.
can't
I
win
hear you,
every
man. Listen to
year.
me. I hear you. Tell me what quarterback? I mean, broke the bank and
Dude,
won
they
something.
all break the bank. I don't
Who?
to say I
So
don't
who won?
to say I don't understand your point would be sounding like me saying you're an idiot, which I'm not
You
saying.
can tell me that. I don't care.
No,
You can make
I'm
fun of my
saying
mother. You can tell me I'm an idiot.
yeah.
It's fine.
Well,
I
I'm
can handle
joking
it.
then, Micah. It doesn't make sense. Matt Ryan got paid and they lost in the Super Bowl.
Didn't win.
You don't have to win every year. You can't win every year. One team wins. Who
I
won last year?
I don't even know.
Tampa. And they
But that,
went
that,
out
that
and
doesn't. We already discussed that. Doesn't
they
count
went out
because
and paid a quarterback. They won. What about the year before that? Goff, who had just gotten paid,
no, it
and
was
they
Mahomes
scored.
the year before.
Before that, it
That
was
was
Goff
before
who had.
$400 million deal.
So somehow that $400 million deal has killed them.
I,
Even though
I'm not saying it killed.
they
I'm
paid,
saying
they
who
went and paid for two high-paid linemen, defensive linemen, everything. It didn't break their cap at all. They'll figure out around the cap. They'll extend him. They'll make this a bonus year. They always, always find money. They always find money. The teams that win are the teams that draft well and coach well,
which excludes the Eagles, but
which excludes the Eagles.
but you haven't given me look. I'm not saying
Micah,
it's never
and you
happened.
haven't you
Luther,
haven't given me example of where the quarterback doesn't get paid. So
no,
so
no, no, no.
basically
I
what you're
understand that. I
saying,
understand.
what you're saying is you better win the title before your quarterback becomes a free agent or you
Kind
can't.
of, kind of.
But that's not true.
So tell me when it
Because
wasn't.
that's not true. You tell me Dude, the Patriots have ruined everything for everybody because they just kept winning.
But they never gave Brady a $300 million contract.
Oh my God,
Get mad at
Micah.
me all you want. You
Micah.
prove your
So
point.
Micah, if Pat Mahomes had signed $100 million deal, you know what would have happened in 3 years? He would have re-signed for another 200 million, and then in 3 years he would have re-signed for 500 million. He would have made more than he's making over this deal. This deal is not a huge deal. Dude, he's averaging $40 million over 10 years. In 5 years, he's going to be severely underpaid because quarterbacks are going to be making 50 million.
I'm not
His
disagreeing with anything that you just said. I'm not disagreeing with anything you just said,
that
Luther.
bad. His
I'm
deal
not
is,
disagreeing with
if
you.
you want to say Dak basically makes more than him. He's
Okay.
got a 10-year deal. That's a team-friendly deal he has.
Bro,
That
I'm
has
not disagreeing
nothing
with
to
you.
do with why they suck.
I'm
Dude,
saying,
the
tell me
quarterbacks
when
are
it's
always,
worked.
and tell me when it hasn't. No, just tell me
It
when it
hasn't.
hasn't.
It
So I can
hasn't.
tell. So tell me when it hasn't.
It
So
hasn't.
so tell me some teams that paid their quarterbacks.
No, I'm not disagreeing with.
So
Look,
but you
these
can't listen. So
quarterbacks
you
have your
can't
team
let
bent
your
over a
fucking
barrel. I get that,
you can't let no. That's
but it hasn't
quarterbacks get.
worked.
Why hasn't it worked?
Okay.
I don't
Drew Brees.
understand.
Listen, Luther, please, brother, listen to me. In 2009, Drew Brees won the Super Bowl. I don't even know what they paid him after that. They got nothing out of it.
So
Aaron
it's
Rodgers.
so
Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl in
it's
2010.
because
They probably paid him whatever he wanted after
so
that.
it's
What's it gotten
because
him?
so it's because the quarterback's getting paid that the teams haven't won? Or is it because you can't fucking win every year? It's hard to win the
I get it,
Super Bowl.
and I do get that, but
That's why.
it destroys your cap, Luther. You know
It does
that. You're
not.
not dumb. Come
It
on.
doesn't. It does not.
Come on.
The caps are bullshit, and you know it. Everyone signs who the hell they want to sign all the time. It's a fallacy.
Okay.
It's everyone signs who they want to sign all the time. If the Chiefs had signed some linemen who can actually block, no, you don't care. And plus, you're going to pay
Maybe
Pat
they
Mahomes
couldn't
anyway.
afford it.
Really? Because they paid the hell out of the guys they signed. Maybe they could have. Maybe
Okay,
they could have
fine.
picked some other ones. Why is my computer doing this? What is going on? Jesus, it's
Hey,
been
look,
doing this all day.
I'm telling you, the evidence says that it just hasn't worked. I'm
Dude,
not saying you, but I agree with Luther. I agree with you.
what you're making is a
What's your other
blanket
choice? You
point.
have to pay these guys. You have to.
You're making a blanket point on something that has happened. It's like saying you can't get gas. You have to get gas for your car regardless of the price. You have to pay a quarterback regardless of the price because you
I do
cannot
not disagree with. I do not disagree with that point at all.
you
I'm just
can't
saying
win
it
without a
hasn't
quarterback.
worked.
It always works. When you pay a quarterback, that's the way your team wins. What channel is you have to pay your quarterback. That's how a team works. That's how a team wins. I mean,
Look, I understand
we've
that,
got
and
linemen making more than quarterbacks, and we suck. So I wish we had bought us a quarterback so we could at least be 5-2 instead of 2-5.
look, and the quarterback essentially has the team bent over a barrel, where it's like, all right, this is what's your other options? Not
You
gonna
have
go.
none.
Are you gonna go back and try and find one? Ask the Dolphins how that's worked. I know you love Tua, and that's
What?
your guy. You're a big Tua guy.
I've
But
never been a Tua fan.
I'm kidding. You hate him.
I don't hate him. I'm just not a fan.
But my point is, yeah, you haven't had a quarterback since Dan Marino. Um,
How do they not have a quarterback yet, dude?
I mean, Pennington was okay for a little bit, but it's not like this is our guy.
I mean, well, maybe if they had went out and paid for one a lot of money,
Paid for what? They don't grow on trees, Luther. You know this.
well, they
It's very
decided they
rare.
wanted Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees with
Oh,
the destroyed knee.
was that a mistake?
Yeah.
We don't think Dante can do it. We're gonna, I'm sorry. It was Drew Brees. Like
What
his
happened?
shoulder bothers us.
Well, his shoulder was busted. So I mean, it was a choice between
Seemed fine for the
guys,
Saints.
two guys coming off of injury. I mean, they decided on the guy with the knee hurt, the coming off the knee injury rather than
They're
the arm injury.
they're so dumb. I mean, they took Tua over Justin Herbert. Jesus God, what a in Philadelphia, we complain about taking Jalen Rager over Justin Jefferson, and that's a huge, huge, huge mistake.
We took
But
and
Jesus God, letting
Ortega
Drew
White.
Brees walk?
We have forgotten the Ortega Whiteside over Metcalf because we did the same thing the next year. That's
Uh,
how bad that was. We did the very same thing the next
and
year.
McLaren.
I, all of us are like, oh, we get to get Metcalf. I can't believe he slipped. Oh, wait. Let's take a guy from South Carolina who Luther doesn't even know.
Ortega Whiteside was Stanford.
He's from South Carolina. He
Oh,
went to
really?
high school here. And I know all our guys. And I'm like, wait, really? He's from Greer? Look, I'm not going to shit on the guy, but my goodness.
He's a special
That's why
teamer. He
I'm
doesn't
like,
even get on the field, Luther.
he's he's like me. And they picked him over Metcalf. Like,
So to bring it back,
dude,
what do
the
you do
Braves are
about so right now? If the season ended today, and I don't want to make this show Philly centric, but it's just kind of a big deal. The Eagles would have the 2, 6, and 13 picks.
17.
No,
The
because
Colts.
they
That was
won.
last week. That was
Okay,
last week.
okay. So they
This
won.
week is 2, 6, and like 17
Okay.
because they won. Some
Regardless, those are huge picks.
yes, yeah.
Luther's watching porn.
Dude, lead off home run, baby. Lead off home run.
Oh,
That was as hot as Tomlin's presser today.
is the
That
World
was
Series starting?
Yes, a leadoff home run.
That's fantastic.
Hey,
Who doesn't love
so
baseball?
who doesn't love baseball? This dude just came back from COVID and knocks it out of the park. They got steroid in that COVID medicine. So Tomlin's presser today, jumping subject. That was pretty awesome.
I didn't see it. What's going on?
They asked him about going to Southern Cal, and he said, "What kind of question is that? I've got the greatest job in the world. Why would I want to go to college?" He said, "Never say never, but never." Yo, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome.
So my buddy Bubba, who came in this weekend, yeah, he's a huge Washington Husky fan. He goes, and he's like, the Pac-12 is a joke. It's an absolute joke,
dude. So I'm losing my mind, and I think we're gonna have to end the show here.
You want to wrap it up? You want to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Look, I'm a big deal. I have a lot of things to do. Okay.
I am not a big deal, but my team is actually in the World Series. So
God, go watch your Braves.
Hasn't happened in 20 years. Why did he not just run? And he's like grabbing his hat. Come on, Freddie. He is slow.
F. Freddie Freeman. I hate him so much.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well,
look, you want to wrap it up, Luther?
let's wrap it up.
Look, hey, guys, everybody, I appreciate you. I appreciate anyone. I appreciate all 4 of you that would listen to this. For Luther Broughton, I'm Micah Warren, and we'll see you on another episode of Cheap Shots. Thank you guys so much.
People. Hey, tell your mom to call me. Bye.
Oh, God.